Me about Memphis that I don't already know.
There's nothing you can tell me about Memphis.
From the boardroom to the streets.
I don't already know.
With Mike from Memphis, man. Together we can fix things. Really?
When you say I want to be treated fairly, and I want a voice.
Yeah.
I want.
He saw things weren't fair, so he chose to run for mayor. You get up and do something when you really care. It's Memphis 360.
I'm with you.
In the meantime,
It's Memphis 360.
In the meantime, in between time, we got folks shooting people up out the frame. Anybody said a word. We've become accustomed to people dying in this city.
Yeah. It's Memphis 360.
Turning the TV on and the news and see our loved ones and see young people that are out of control. And now you see, okay. But we talk about incarceration. We talk about the youth. We talk about giving them the ability. We talk about investing in young people and investing in the community. See, I hate ignorance. I hate when people make decisions about things and they make statements and they haven't done their research.
How can you fix the problem when you don't even know what the problem is?
We need some help in this city.
It's Memphis 360.
See, I hate ignorance.
It's Memphis 360. Man.
And good evening. We'd like to welcome you to another edition of Memphis 360, the television show. We say we like to go from the boardroom to the streets. How can you fix the issues that are going on here in the city of Memphis if you don't know? Don't get me wrong. Got to be educated. You got to be a shaker and a mover. You got to be one of those innovative, creative individuals that are making it happen here in the city of Memphis. But something has not been working. And it's not been working because it has not been connecting. The bottom has not been connecting to the top. And until that happens, we're going to continue to experience the issues that we're having here in the city of Memphis. Now, we got elections going on. Wow. I am so depressed today, and I'm depressed because somebody hacked into my Facebook page. After last week's show, I talked about the elections. I talked about all of the things that were going on. I guess at that time you had the issue with Mr. Bonner and the issue that was happening in the jails and him coming out making the statement that he made and individuals responding to that. I talked about Mr. Van Turner and him, proclaiming I'm the president of the NAACP. I've been a member of the NAACP. I'm a lifetime member. But I still have to ask the questions a lot of times, what has the NAACP truly done when we have people of color in this city that are still being affected? And when I say affected, I mean poor wages for employees that are working for the government when it used to be good benefits, good pay. That's why a lot of people made that a career. But when you got people that are like in Shelby County government that are coming in to a government job, are responsible for millions and millions and millions upon millions of dollars, and they're making $16 an hour. And by the way, people, they just got there. All right? Just got there. Because prior to the initiatives and the living wage and all of that went into effect last year before last, they were making $14 an hour. And we expect our young people that have degrees, bachelor's, master degrees, that are working in those positions to be able to take care of their families. That's part of the problem that's going on here in the city of Memphis and Shelby County as well. We do not want to pay our young people to have a valued interest. See, when people feel that they have a valued interest in things, the government, the city, then guess what? They conduct themselves a different way. And they feel a different way about themselves. They conduct themselves with pride. They conduct themselves as though they have the ability to dream, to hope, and to aspire. But anyway, then he talked about the statues. And yes, I saw that KWAM 990 today kind of followed up on the statue issue, in that he said, well, you know, I'm responsible for taking the statues down, them Confederate statues. First of all, I said, heck, I didn't even know the statues were there. Didn't really care, to be perfectly honest, because they've never affected me in doing anything that I do. But I get it. You don't want some individual who was partially responsible for the Ku Klux Klan memorialized in a park in the city. But I'm going to say it again, and y'all can hack into this page if you want to. We gave Mr. Turner $10 million worth of assets, those two statues, those two parks, for $2,000. Hello, somebody. But I will tell you that they gave those statues to the Sons of Confederacy, and Mr. Turner did not make any money off the statues themselves. However, those parks, it wasn't about the statues. It was about getting those bodies out of those parks, out of that one park, because you can't build in that park with those bodies in the park. So now you got the bodies removed from the park. I guarantee you, listen to me, and when it happens, said Mike Williams told us, y'all, they're going to build on that property because University of Tennessee has nowhere else to go, and they need to expand. So they want that property. So they're going to get it eventually. We have already given it to the University of Tennessee in a conservatorship. Check the record. What I'm standing up here telling you, there are receipts. I'm not telling you something that I have not researched or that I don't know. So we gave the park, what they call it, Medical District Park or whatever the heck they call it, to University of Tennessee for conservatorship. And eventually, now that the bodies are not there, they're going to expand to those parks. And if you go down to Confederate Park downtown, what are they doing to the park, people? I think they're about to build some apartments or some condos or something in there. Even though they gave away the parks, gave away the statues, somebody going to be paying for them parks. I'm telling you, one way or another, either through contributions, either through some type of putting somebody in positions or what have you, all right? So I have problems and issues with that, okay? And then I talked a little bit about Paul Young, and Paul is a very smart guy, very intelligent, got it going on. He's saying the right things, doing the right things, and we'll see. Dr. Harrington won't participate in the debates. However, I continue to hear that Dr. Harrington is actually leading in the polls. People are tired of crime, and people are tired of individuals talking around the crime issue. At some point, you got to deal with what's going on in this city. And hold up, Mike Williams ain't saying go out here and beat up little black boys and go out here and snatch people and mistreat them because I was the police, because I'm retired military. But I am saying that we need to hold people accountable for what they do. You shouldn't just be allowed to break into people's cars that have worked hard all of their lives. You shouldn't be allowed to break into people's houses, break into people's businesses, and we slap you on your wrist. That's why crime continues to perpetuate and to grow, because the jail system has become a revolving door. When you go to cities that don't have a lot of crime, and a lot of times we want to say, oh, they so hard on our little black kids. They hard on our black kids, y'all. Well, guess what? You got to stop defending a lot of these little black kids. And I don't care if you're black, white, green, yellow, made of cheese. I don't care. But we have to stop defending people in their wrong. Yes, it's our sons and daughters. Yes, it's our nieces and nephews. Yes, it's our grandkids. Yes, it's our brothers and sisters. But even back when I was coming up, guess what? Our sons and daughters were held accountable. Our nieces and nephews were held accountable. We didn't condone individuals in their wrong. We didn't defend individuals in their wrong. See, And that's why Dr. Harrington is so appealing to people right now, because he's one of those no-nonsense guys. He's going to tell you what he thinks, he's going to tell you what he's going to do, and he's going to do it. And he's not going to sit here and debate about it. See, now we got somebody like Jim Strickland in office, and he's placating to black people. Yes, Mike Williams said it. He's placating to black people. And what do you mean by that, Michael? He's giving you an olive branch in one hand, but he's taking all your money and spending it out at the fairgrounds on the other hand. He's like, oh, we're for black people. He did Ed Rice Community Center. You'd have been in there 8 years. All you've done is Ed Rice Community Center. Oh, we've done the community center down in Whitehaven. Should have been done it. Whitehaven is the biggest voting base in this city. So he was going to do that. Ed Rice was one of the heaviest utilized community centers in this city. Better do that. Plus you got Pastor Floyd out there, Touche Parkinson and Charlie Caswell and all of those other people that have inroads to the black community. Hello, people, you got to stop looking at what's on the surface, and you got to start researching, and you got to start thinking about what's truly going on around you. And stop just relying on individuals walking up to you at the voting booth with a ballot. I always tell them, I don't need it. Thank you very much. I know exactly who I'm voting for. I know why. I may be wrong, but guess what? I've come to my own conclusion, and I've decided for myself who I think align with the values, goals, expectations of Mike Williams. Right or wrong, but guess what? That's what I love about this country. As a citizen of the United States of America, as a veteran that spent 20-some years in the Army, as an individual that served my community for over 20-some years on the police department, and now as an individual in service still with the county, I have earned the right to make those types of decisions. Plus, guess what? I've also earned the right to stand up here and say what I want to say. Because this is America. It's called your First Amendment rights. Has nothing to do with my job. Has a lot to do with my love and concern for the city of Memphis and the county of Shelby. You know, some people like me, some people don't. Some people agree, some people don't. Because they stole my Facebook page. They hacked into my Facebook page, and they ain't gonna let it go. And why am I so upset? Because I had 24,000 followers. That's why they hacked into my page. And they know people watch me. They know people listen. You know, I'm all over the city all day long. Everybody, hey Mike, hey Mr. Williams, hey Mike. I don't know half these people from nobody. But they know me. And they say, why are you not running for mayor? Well, there's too many people in that race. Well, if God got it for you, he got it for you. But see, God also has to instill it in me and in my soul, the will to run. And I don't think God gave me that assignment. Back in 2015, he gave me that assignment. And there was nothing nobody could do that was going to stop me. Mike, you don't have any money. Oh, well, but God said do this. In my soul, in my heart. You know, we still got all of these young people that are out here just wilding out, man. They found a young lady who was missing from the boat. They finally identified the body that was found on the Arkansas side. And then they identified it as being the young lady who they had been looking for about a week or two that came up missing off the riverboat. You know, I said, we got a problem with all of these attacks on our young ladies. There was a young lady that was killed in a car downtown. There was a young lady that came up missing. Her boyfriend said he dropped her off, and he dropped her off to meet Elroy, Moscow, Momo, whoever. She showed up on the side of the road burning. There was a fire reported on the side of the road. They put the fire out and found the young missing girl. Why is there no uproar about that? Why nobody's out there beating the bushes and saying, hey, look, we got too many And don't get me wrong, the young man that was killed in the jail, man, I ain't for that. Tyree Nichols, I thought that was crazy. Even as a former police officer and a wife that's still a police officer and my son that's a police officer, I don't even defend police officers in their wrong. But we all over the place, people. We got to have somebody that's going to pull us all back together, give us some directions, stick to it, be a man and look you in your face and tell you, get your kids. Get your kids, because we finna straighten this out. And I don't want to hear he was going to be a brain surgeon when you found him and he had all this X in his pocket. He just jumping off the train from stealing all of the Nikes. They caught him in somebody's Lexus. And then he had a gun. And the police shot him. I'm going to say, let the TBI do their investigation. Whatever they come up with, that's what it is. Let's move on. But I am also that guy that will pull all of the police officers into the FedEx Forum and say, we finna go out here and we finna reduce this crime. But if you abuse anybody needlessly, I'm going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law, police. However, if somebody's shooting at you, shoot back. If somebody's fighting you, fight back. Because see, a lot of these young people now think that they can just do what they want to do and there are no consequences. And a lot of police officers are looking the other way. I know that for a fact. But I don't blame them. Because a lot of them don't want to show up as the next headline. Sheriff Department pulls somebody over. Young man pulls off in the car. Sheriff hanging out the car. Sheriff shoots the guy. Sheriff falls out the car. And everybody was sitting here going, that sheriff needs to be locked up. Huh? Where they do that at? Now, I think the young sheriff did some stupid procedural issues because I'd have never jumped in the car. That's crazy. But see, you never know what's going to happen because when you find yourself in situations like that, your adrenaline's pumping, your endorphins kick in, and you're trying to do your job. But I was one of those ones, he who fighting runs away, live to fight another day. I ain't jumping in no car. But he chose to jump in the car, and if he did, he was trying to stop an individual, and now the individual has put his life at risk. So he did what he had to do. You know, stop defending these people in their wrong. Anyway, hey, I got a real good show for you tonight. I just wanted to give you that real quick monologue, but I got Miss Deborah Hogue and company in the studio. Also Miss Young. And they got a good initiative that's going on. And it's one of the things that's near and dear to my heart because, as I told you, I am a veteran. I am also a disabled vet. Not 100%, but close. I'm a disabled vet as well, and I'm definitely very concerned because we have a lot of our homeless individuals that are out here in the streets in the city of Memphis are veterans. A lot of them have post-traumatic stress disorder. A lot of them are displaced. And anybody that's trying to do anything to assist the veterans in this city, we should be applauding. We should be jumping up and down. Because a lot of them have seen things that you don't want to see. A lot of them have experienced things that you hope and pray to God that you never experience. So we got Miss Hogue and Miss Young in the studio tonight, and they're going to be talking to you about BHW Estates that they are establishing to service those that have honored this country. So we're going to take a real quick commercial break. Don't touch that dial, and we'll be right back.
Can you actually imagine hosting your next event at the all-new SVP Banquet and Event Center? Yes, spacious, beautiful venue with plenty of parking, located in the heart of East Memphis. Let us host your next intimate birthday gathering, family repast, bachelorette party, wedding and reception, baby shower, corporate meeting, social club event. Call us today. Don't wait. 901-244-6874. The all-new SVP Banquet and Event Center. Tune in to Talking Law with attorney Daryl O'Neill and the special guest host, attorney Jerome Payne. Live TV talk on your digital device, on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download the SVP TV app right now. Check us out every Tuesday on Comcast Cable, Channel 17, 8:30 p.m. And we are live every Friday on Facebook Live, 6 o'clock in the evening. You've got a question? Our attorneys have the answer. So let's talk law with attorney Daryl O'Neill on the SVP TV network.
You're talking about a good time children. We all know. Come on now.
Center Stage Gospel Music live from Memphis, Tennessee, featuring gospel artists from around the world. Toe-tapping, hand-clapping, down-home gospel music. Watch on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, and your local Comcast. Download the SVP TV app now on your smart television and mobile device. Center Stage Gospel season premieres Sunday, 8 p.m. Central.
Hey folks, it's Issa Haddad here. I got some good news and a special invitation for you to come see me here at Sunrise Collierville. Come on down, check out my inventory with new pre-owned and certified vehicles to choose from. I can get you finance when no one else can. Come on by, bring your family. I treat you like family. Come see me, Issa, here at the #1 dealership in the Mid-South, 4605 Houston Levy Road, Sunrise Collierville. Come on down, check out my inventory with hundreds of vehicles to choose from, pre-owned, new, and certified.
Good news from Sunrise Chevrolet. Get in your new vehicle today. Come on in, ask for Issa. Bankrupt, slow pay, bad credit, it's okay. Let Issa put you in your brand new truck or car today when you shop at Sunrise Chevrolet Collierville.
And don't forget, ask for me, Issa.
And welcome back to Memphis 360, the television show. We say we like to go from the boardroom to the streets, or you have to be able to go from the boardroom to the streets if you're going to deal with the issues, the ills, the woes here in the city of Memphis. And I have two beautiful ladies in the studio today, and they want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that's the veterans. I have Miss Deborah Brantley. It's actually Deborah Hogue Brantley, but I had to make it up to Mr. Brantley because I called her Deborah Hogue at first. And I have Miss Evelyn Young in the studio with me today. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy days to come in here just to hang out with a brother and talk about what you got going on. So first of all, I'm one of those people, I like the people to know who they're talking to. So first of all, Miss Hogue Brantley, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Deborah Hogue Brantley. Want me to tell about myself?
God, Jesus. We live, and she said, so she want to play. So she found the right one today, baby. This is the deal. Me and Miss Hogue Brantley go way back, 20-something years, actually.
Yeah, 20 plus years.
And I ain't going to say where, but we go way back. So she want to sit here and play today. I would like for them to definitely understand a little bit about Miss Hogue Brantley. Yes, ma'am. Could you tell them where you're from, who you are, how you're happily married to Mr. Brantley, you know, all of that kind of stuff.
All that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
Okay, born and raised here in Memphis.
Bam! I wanted her to say that because she's a native Memphian, y'all. Look, good things come out of Memphis, but go ahead.
Okay, lived in Whitehaven. Graduated from Fairleigh High School.
We ain't gonna
The
hold that
home
against
of the
her.
Bulldog.
We ain't gonna hold that against her. Go ahead.
Other than that, I can sum it up by saying I'm a daughter.
Okay.
I'm a wife,
Okay.
mother,
Okay.
grandmother,
Okay.
great-grandmother,
Great.
great-grandmother,
Wow.
godmother,
Okay.
a sister, sister-in-law,
Okay.
aunt, assistant pastor, and now I'm the founder of BHW Estate.
BHW States, and that's what we're going to talk about. But we'll get to that in a minute because I want Miss Evelyn Young to introduce herself as well.
Thank you so much. Well, I have lived in Memphis, Tennessee for 12 years now, and Omaha, Nebraska is my home. And
Nebraska?
Omaha, Nebraska, by way of Roswell, New Mexico. So sometimes I tease and I say I could be an alien country black woman living in Memphis, Tennessee now.
I like her.
And
I like her.
I am currently working with the city of Memphis, but I'm a volunteer with the BHW Estate.
Okay.
And I made it here through the channels of the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay.
And I actually started with the Boys Clubs of Greater Memphis, and I helped open the Boys and Girls Club in Oak Haven across the street from the Healing Center Church.
Okay.
Traveled on into Memphis Parks, and that's how I met Miss Hogue.
Okay.
She came into my community center there in Raleigh a few years back, and our paths crossed, and the seed was planted for me to become involved as a volunteer now
Okay.
with the BHW Estate, and I serve in a capacity to do what it is that I can do. And all of those things that she said she is, I am that as well, but I'm not a great-grandmother yet, but I am a grandmother. And singing is a passion for me, and we'll talk a little bit later about
Okay.
the music fest that's coming up
Oh,
for the
wow.
BHW Estate.
Okay.
And to share a little bit more about what it is we do and why we do it. And so since it's a passion for yours, we will tell you that it is a great passion for us, as well as we work with the homeless veterans in this community and planting those seeds of growth and opportunity to do more and more and more for that population.
Outstanding. So now let's get to BHW Estates.
Okay.
So first of all, are you a 501c3?
I am.
Okay. What's the name of your 501c3? BHW Estate?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. You tell the people. Don't look. You look at me like I'm crazy.
He's got jokes.
I know. I
Look,
know.
I'm not gonna let you sit up here and be all well. Hey, that's the name of the.
Right.
Well, I didn't know that. I thought that was the name of the project.
No, that's the whole project, the 501c.
So we BHW all in.
Yes.
Okay, so if that's the case, that's the name of the nonprofit. So she is a 501c3. Okay, so tell us about BHW Estates.
Well, it got started up under Walker. When I was a Walker, my maiden name.
Wow.
In high school, I had the desire to go to the military.
Okay, were you ever in the military?
Out of 6 kids, I'm the only one who didn't
Wow.
get
Okay.
to go.
Tell him why.
Underweight.
Man, look. We went to school together, and I'm not going to say which one, but we went to school together. She's probably about 95 pounds, soaking wet. But go ahead.
I was.
Go ahead.
So I didn't get in, but I had the passion to go and serve.
Okay.
Up under Walker.
Okay.
And then I married to my first husband. He's deceased now.
Okay.
Was Mr. Hogue. And the vision came
Okay.
up under Hogue.
Okay.
So that's why the Walker, the Hogue. And we pushed forward when I married with Mr. Brantley. He gave me
Okay.
the courage to push to get it out there, and that's where BHW comes
Yay, Mr. Bradley. There you go, Doc. I was wondering how you fit in here. That's how you got on up in this joint. Okay, then. So, okay. Kudos. That is nice. So, you wanted to establish this. So, why are you, that's the foundation itself. So, why are you establishing this foundation now?
Because when I had the opportunity to work in the downtown area, I really believed, watching my brothers and sisters when they came back, that everything was great.
These are your brothers and sisters in your family?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They was living great lives. So I thought that was the life of a veteran.
Okay.
So I started working downtown and learned that that was not true.
Not for all.
Not for all.
Okay.
And I was just blown away.
Mm-hmm.
So God put it in my heart to start asking questions, see what's really going on.
Okay.
I made I went to people's house where they was housing veterans.
Okay.
I was blown away.
Well, not good.
Ooh,
The standards.
yes.
Oh, wow.
You know, when certain smell meet you at the door,
Okay.
you can imagine the lifestyle.
Okay.
Okay. And these are people who looking out for the veterans.
Wow.
And that was heartbreaking to me.
I don't even know if, I know that there's a Veterans Court, Judge Anderson, and they're doing some good things in there and providing services for the veterans. So shout out to Judge Anderson. And you may want to, have you hooked up with him?
No.
You might want to hook up with Judge Anderson. There is a court that's over in General Sessions that's specifically for
For
veterans.
veterans, right.
Because they understand that veterans have specific needs, or they have specific things that have affected them and may make them act the way that they act, or do things that normal people may not do because of post-traumatic stress disorder or something that may have occurred if they were in combat or something to that effect. So you may want to hook up with Judge Anderson. He got a whole deal going over there.
That's good to know.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, so what is your desired results of this?
Well, after doing the research and talking to different veterans, God put it in my spirit to create an estate for veterans only, homeless veterans. We're currently sitting on 13 acres
Okay.
with a 2.5 lake smack dead in the center
Where is this?
in Raleigh.
Hawkins Mill Road.
Hawkins Mill, Hawkins.
Yes, yes.
You know where Breath of Life Church is?
Yes.
Right across, it's pretty much right across the street, about a half mile down the road.
But that, yes, about half mile.
So it's right there by the old precinct,
Yes.
Old North Precinct.
On down
Oh,
the-
Pretty much
wow.
right around the
Right
corner.
around the corner. Oh, wow.
And God, and the way we was blessed to get the property, it was nobody but God.
Mm.
You know? So that gave me the faith to know that go forward with this. You know, even through the ups and downs, the ins and outs, the doors slamming, you know, I felt that with this here,
Wow.
you know, I was looking for more of the embrace, but it wasn't quite like that. But we had the ability to push on.
But you push it on.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. So we're headed in the right direction.
Okay, so you have this property. What do you plan on doing to this property?
We're planning on building a community.
Okay. She's showing it to me, y'all. I don't know why she's showing it to me. Has plans. You have plans
So
already.
the plan is to build a 75-unit gated community with single units for homeless veterans
Okay.
to live there. It is a full wraparound service for the veterans that will give them an opportunity to have a self-sufficient life.
Oh, wow.
A life that has been guided for them to be understood. I
Okay.
think that in life, a lot of times, once they get to this point, people don't understand who they are, and they think they know who they are. There's a lot of uneducated people that don't realize that all homeless people are not drug addicts and derelicts. They are not as irresponsible and careless as people think they are. They are very intelligent people. They are very caring individuals. And a lot of them have lost a lot of hope because a lot of people have given up on them, and a lot of people just don't understand who this population of people are. Over 40% of the homeless population in our community are veterans at this point.
Really?
And so therefore.
40%?
40%.
Wow.
Of the population are veterans. And so again, there is a great need for us to do what it is that is necessary to reach out. And BHW Estate, and thank you for sharing that information about the judge, because there are still groups of individuals out there that we are working to reach, and opportunities that are given on a daily basis for us to share this message, for
Right.
people to come to us as well and say, what can we do to help?
Okay.
Or how can we connect with you?
Okay. If you are available on the 18th, they have the graduation, because they have, in the Veterans Court, they have to go through a program. A lot of people that are incarcerated or that are locked up for different offenses. I think part of their rejuvenation is they have to go through this program, be it a drug program, be it a whatever, you know, to help them. And once they graduate the program, a lot of it I think is in-house. You know, they have to put them somewhere.
Exactly.
And there's not enough space really because there's so many veterans that require assistance. And they have to turn people away from the program because they don't have enough housing or individuals that have places. So you definitely need to meet Judge Anderson. And on the 18th, like I said, they're having, I don't remember the time, but when I find out, I'll let you know. And it's over in 201 Poplar, so it's downtown. You might just want to pop in, say hello or something like that. Okay?
And that's something else that I learned along the way, the transitional home. They go there, they get clean. Then where do they go from there? Maybe put back into the same infected area that they just got clean from. This would change that.
So is this a permanent living facility?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yes.
And so,
Oh.
so again, a greater explanation of it. It
Yeah.
is a facility that they will be able to live gated, 24/7 security on site as well. There will be a recreational facility, a chapel for churching, and the grounds will also allow opportunities for the public to come in. The facility will be able for rental, available for rental for private events and public events
Okay.
and such. We have an upcoming event, we'll share this with you. We are going to have our 3rd annual Music Fest on October 7th on the grounds at 3681 Hawkins Mill Road. So the public is invited to come and attend from 12 to 4. A wide schedule of community live music,
Wow.
food trucks, vendors, kids activities, family activities, speakers. Actually, as a matter of fact, Leon Griffin with that wonderful Channel 13
Yes,
voice
Leon.
that he
Leon,
has.
Leon.
I absolutely love his voice.
Yeah.
He is going to be our guest host on that day. There will be giveaways, music, a wonderful cadre of local gospel musicians and such that will present their gift and their talents, again, sharing an opportunity to embrace what this message is. We will have veterans there that have been decorated in this community and veterans associations and agencies that will be there with resources, again, to reach out to the veterans in our community on that day.
Okay.
Also a balloon release in honor of the fallen veterans.
Okay.
And Leon Griffin is a returning host.
Yes,
Oh, so you've had this event before?
this is our 3rd year.
Out there?
Out there.
How come I'm just not finding out about this?
Well, you will never forget
I'm
it.
slow.
You will never forget it again, Mr.
I'm
Williams.
slow.
No,
I'm gonna try to make it out here.
Yes.
I'm gonna try.
Don't try.
Well, okay, I'm
We wanna-
coming. I'm
we wanna
coming.
see you.
I'm coming.
Okay.
I'll be there. I will be there. And I'm encouraging all veterans, all family members. I'm encouraging all organizations. If you're dealing with veterans, you know, hey, and that's part of the problem in this community that I find. We got so many grassroots initiatives that are happening that could make this place so much better, but we don't connect. You know what I'm saying? We should be helping to lift each other up for whatever reasons, because it's only going to make our community a whole lot better, because we do have a lot of things going on in the community. And if we can just help one veteran, 2 veterans, I can come live? I'm still stuck on that part. I can come live? What?
You're not
Okay,
homeless.
I was gonna ask, well, that's easy. All I gotta do is move out into the street.
Okay.
But I was gonna ask, what are the requirements for me to be able to take advantage of this beautiful opportunity? What?
So, you mean for BHW Estate?
Uh-huh. I'm a homeless veteran. Somebody tell me about this wonderful opportunity called BHW Estates.
So
no S on it.
Okay,
Estate.
Estate.
excuse me.
So the complex has not been built at this point, but there are programs and initiatives that are in place.
So you're already
we
helping
have
veterans?
We have a website.
Okay.
Yes, they can go to bhwestate.com. Sometimes you want to say .org, but it's .com. And there is a telephone number. We could reach out to 901-288-0787, excuse me.
Okay.
And Ms. Hogue is the director, the founder of it, but she is the person for communication. And we can provide that information again. You know, I'm sure you have a post that you will put up there at some point, or however, since we're live. Thank you for that.
You're so welcome.
But again, there's an intake process that we have created for people to be able to stay in touch with us. We've had opportunities thus far as well to offer rental properties. We do have some properties already available and have had an intake for that.
Wait, oh, say that again?
Yes, so in South Memphis, we do already have some rental properties, and we have had residents that have lived in there. And you mentioned it a little bit earlier, so there are opportunities and requirements. So people do have to show a willingness that they are making some changes. So if there are PTSD or substance abuse issues or things of that nature, we are guiding them toward resources that will support that.
I heard you say earlier that there would be wraparound services.
Absolutely, and so we don't want anyone to ever feel that they're out there alone. And so also provide those resources that will support family members or others that will be able to guide them as well in supporting what they need to do for their veterans as well, because we don't want anybody to feel that they're left alone.
Wow.
And so if there are people that need us to support that, you know, we're open to take that opportunity to guide them and talk with them and lead them toward other resources that are out there available for them. And sometimes then once they grow and mature into that next level, then they become the volunteers, they become the support for the next group and the next group.
Exactly.
And once the complex is built and people are living there, there will be at least 10 units on that site as well that will house the couples, because we know that all veterans are not single. There may be a husband and wife as well. It is not suited, however, for any children. It is just an adult. It will be for adults
Adult
only.
facility.
So, but 75 units on the complex, excuse me, and 10 of those units will accommodate the husband and wife. But Michael, this is not going to be just some little thing. This is a big dream that Miss Deborah has envisioned, and it is growing and growing and growing. And as we envision homeless veterans making an impact, the change, volunteers are needed to do different things from their skills, their talents, their interests that will grow what we do at BHW Estate. So if people are interested to do that, they could reach out to Ms. Hogue at bhwestate@yahoo.com, or they can reach out to that telephone number that we gave early at 901-288-0787. And but they can come on out on October 7th to the Music Fest. There will be information that we can give them for that on that day, and there will be sign-up opportunities for them there on that day, in addition to all of the fun that they will have on that day. Last year, we had a great time out there. There was a lot of veterans there, a lot of information, a lot of opportunities for fun. The food vendors, the agencies that were there, the Veterans Administration, they had someone that was there for that entity, and then some of the other social agencies that were there as well, and then just some of the fun and games and the activities, the singing and the presentations, the veterans that were there to speak, and the opportunities, again, just for people to share their experiences. And you, speaking as, you know, a disabled veteran, we had a disabled veteran that came and shared his story, and one of the veterans that played his guitar and sang and played. So a lot of interaction and a lot of ongoing just kind of support, again, rendering the opportunity for veterans to know that we care about them and they are not left to a demise, but for just a time of family unity and just a connectivity to have people know that they are cared about.
Let me ask you a question. You talk about 75 units, you talking about a pond with fish, you talking about a complex. How much money we talking? Have you gotten any estimates on how much this is going to cost? I'm sure you have.
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
14 million.
$14 million. Okay, well that's,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you know.
Okay.
We talk about what's going on in the fairground area,
Ha! Yes,
but then with something like this, we have to find.
you got to fight.
You
People.
have to find the money.
Yeah.
For this. So,
Have you talked to, since that's out in Touche Parkinson's area, have you talked to Touche?
he has been a great help.
Okay. Because I was going to say, it's
Wonderful
probably some
support.
state funds that are, available. You can also talk to minority leader of the House, Karen Camper, who's running for mayor. Senator Ackberry, Senator London Lamar, because the state has a whole lot of money for veterans. And then you probably need to get into, have you talked to Steve Cohen?
We reached out
Yeah,
to his
we
office.
reached
So you
out.
reached out to Steve? For all of you people that keep voting for Steve, but let me stop. I ain't gonna,
Yes, stop.
I ain't
And
gonna, mess,
Rhonda
I ain't gonna mess
Logan.
it up for you.
We've been in contact with Rhonda Logan, Antonio Parkinson, Charlie Caswell, a lot of the people that are
Okay.
a part of that community
Okay.
in Raleigh. We definitely have reached out to the individuals. And so for whomever may be watching today and listening and you've heard your name, we need you. We need the support. We need citizens in the community who
Okay.
know and care. We need for you to be a part of
I'll
the
tell you somebody I
NWSD.
know on the county commission that has a love for veterans, and he was actually working, trying to get a veterans home in this area, which is Edmund Ford Jr. on the county commission. So you may want to reach out to him as well. He may be plugged in somewhere. I don't know. But I just feel so bad sometimes because we're finally talking about something that's going to benefit those individuals that have given so much of themselves, either in the military or what have you, and we sitting here debating about and struggling how we're going to get the funds to be able to do something like this. And Ms. Hogue Brentley, you are right. We discussed earlier how they just spent $750 million over in the Fairground project. They gave Carlisle $95 million for one bill, and I'm not knocking those things right now. I'm just saying, when we can so easily, with the stroke of a pen and the vote of all of those black city council people, I'm sorry, y'all getting caught up in my messiness. But that's something that's just near and dear to my heart, But when you have the community that has a need that's humanistic and something that's going to provide a better quality of life, increase the core services here in this area, then people got to come fight. I just find that so heart-wrenching, to be perfectly honest. But I've been out here just struggling for a long time fighting. So how do they get in touch with? Can they make a donation to your organization? How do they make a?
On the website.
Okay, what's the website, Miss Deborah Hogue Brentley?
www.
Oh Lord, don't don't tell me www.estate.
No.
Okay,
BHW Estate.
www.bhwestate.com. Okay, all
Do
right.
not put an S on estate.
Okay, not estates, estate,
It's one.
estate.
And the reason for that is, this is like none other,
Okay,
okay? A lot of things that's implemented in this vision here, I got firsthand,
okay.
the banquet hall, you remember that?
I remember your banquet hall. Yes, ma'am.
It was on the download, so. But,
Oh, it still is.
no, we're
Okay.
not insisting.
Okay, okay.
So, that was incorporated,
Oh no. Okay,
along with Mr. Hogue before he passed.
okay,
I never knew doctors still made house calls,
okay.
but I learned that they did.
Right.
So that put in my mind, okay, let's see if doctors can come to
Come to the facility.
the facility.
Okay.
Because a lot of them don't trust the VA, don't have patience to sit there all day.
Mm-hmm.
And minor things that could be seen
Mm-hmm.
that can prevent further,
Mm-hmm.
we can handle that on the estate.
Mm.
So a lot of things, clothing, we got Amazon and Nike right down the street. So once they prepare to go back into the workforce, we want to partner with them to see if we can, so a lot of things.
Yes, yes. There are a lot of things that can help aid and attribute to the success of those individuals that are coming through the program.
Yes.
Yeah, and believe it or not, I find that there are a lot of organizations or a lot of businesses that if they can find a worthy cause, something that's established, something that's is going to be beneficial, then I find a lot of times that they may not have problems. Let me tell you this also. Memphis is one of the most giving cities. You just got to find something that plugs into them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm talking about the business community.
Exactly.
You guys have been so giving, so giving. I remember I used to do things for a lot of victims that were affected by storms and different things like that. And I had a lot of businesses to actually, because we would load up 18-wheelers and all kinds of stuff and ship them out of here.
Yes.
And they would rise to the occasion, and not only that, the citizens themselves, when they find something that they really and truly don't have a problem or something that's close to their hearts, because there are a lot of veterans in this area. This is as a matter of fact, the VA here in the city of Memphis services, well, they call it the tri-state area, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Tennessee, and you got people from miles and miles and miles that come here to take advantage of the facilities that the Office of Veterans Affairs have established here in the city of Memphis. So, okay.
And I think sometimes dialogue like this just opens up windows of opportunity for people to know
Right.
of other things that they don't know about.
Right.
So we say thank you.
Oh, well, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Believe it or not, that's why I actually do this show. I've been blessed. I've been blessed so much, and I don't charge people to come on. I don't charge not even the politicians to come on, because I feel that I have to give back to the community. Plus, it provides the citizens the opportunity to make an educated decision about the things that they want to do or that they probably need to do.
Well, you just don't understand. This is the first thing we did where we wasn't charged.
Well, see, I can believe it. I can believe it, actually.
Yes.
That's so sad to me, because I've been on the other end of that, because I have a company called MD Entertainment. I used to have Key 2 Entertainment, where I managed musicians and bands and all of that kind of stuff. And everything that everybody wanted to do for me was like, hey, Michael, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to me just getting back to Memphis, hey, bro, let me help you out. Let me get you in. Then we're going to rock together, or something like that. It was like, nah, Negro, you coming up in here, you got to have a couple of dollars, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, and I watched one of your shows, and you were saying that it's a shame how the city does not provide grant writers
Yes,
to help organizations.
yes,
to-
yes, because they want to get all the money for themselves.
Okay.
But that's a whole,
didn't
see, you
mean-
be messing with me now.
Is that another
You know better than to sit here and mess with me, because I almost said what you're thinking. But don't you think that it would be so much better for the city of Memphis? They provide these services, and a lot of the things that they do are fine, and I ain't gonna get into it with y'all up here. However, I do think it would be wonderful if, in fact, at a facility, at a community center, at the Renaissance Center, wherever they wanted to post it up, hey, pay some grant writers, you know what I mean? Give them $45,000 a year, because I'm finding that a lot of organizations, when you get grant writers, not all grant writers, but a lot of them, you're going to give them all your information. And they're going to take your information and they're going to write a grant for themselves and not you.
Exactly.
And they're going to have a van. And they're going to have a 75 unit estate somewhere, but you won't have it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I think that that's just kind of sucks. So, hey, BHW Estate is having a blowout, man. They having Veterans Love Music Fest. I bet her sons be involved. But that's a whole nother story. We ain't got enough time to talk about that. Veterans Love Music Fest. It's going to happen on the 7th of October. It's going to be from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. That's a Saturday, so you're going to be off. And it's going to be at 3681 Hawkins Mill Road. Hey, y'all need to get George Dean out there so he can come and sing, "Work on Me."
That is not George.
That ain't George? What's George? Oh, one more blessing to come my way. That's George, baby.
That's George.
Anyway, y'all got something y'all want to tell these people real quick before we get out of here, because we have come to the end of the show.
Okay.
Look how quick that was.
Wow.
Look at that.
That time went very
Amazing.
fast.
Look at there. Look at you. I told you I was going to, she was like, I thought I was going to get up here. Come on.
Guys, please come out and support the event on Saturday, October the 7th. Food, fun, music. What better way to get the community involved? Come on out, October the 7th, from 12 to 4. I promise you'll enjoy yourself.
What she said.
Hey, this is a wonderful initiative. It's a wonderful thing that they're trying to do to the community, for the community, I'm sorry. If it's any way that you can find it in your heart to support, if it's any way that you can see fit, you got something you want to do, you want to contribute. I think they're asking for volunteers, they're asking for donations, they're asking for help
Help.
in trying to establish something that's going to be good for the citizens of the city of Memphis and the county of Shelby. And I don't think you can ask for anything better than that. So, hey, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. It has been a plum pleasing pleasure as usual. And until next week, same time, same location, be blessed, be strong, be encouraged, and we will see you next week.
SVP, SVP TV, we're family for all your needs. SVP, SVP TV, we're family. We're gonna make you fall in love with SVP. We're gonna make you fall in love with SVP TV. SVP, SVP TV.
Looking for something new? We thought so. SVP is mixing